Today I'm doing a second pass through a painting that I started just a couple days ago. The first pass I did, I ended up running out of time, and so I had to set it aside and go home. But I took the picture of it with me. I continued to think about it and look at it, and in some moments that I found at home, probably in the bathroom with my daughter knocking on the door, I got to look at it on my phone, and I actually marked up the picture a little bit to write down some of the changes that I thought needed to be made. It looks like it's written by a crazy person, but that's because it was done with my finger on a phone pretty quickly. I definitely wanted to add more depth into the background. I wanted to change the colors into more kind of olives. I think I wanted to warm up the color palette a little bit in that central tree line. I wanted to continue the shadow. I didn't like that big rectangle of blue in the bottom. I want something a little more angular. I wanted to break up the green. Those little blue areas are where the wind or the surface of the water is disturbed so that it's reflecting the light at a different angle. And I think there was just a little bit too much of that. It wasn't reading quite as well as I'd hoped. And then on the far right, I wanted to add some opaque highlights to that tree. So I got getting started. That was my plan going into it. And I jumped straight in with the background. And I think that did probably the most. Just adding more interest back there, something to pull your eye deeper. I also wanted to punch up the darks, increase the contrast. I put some darker paint in there and pretty much redid the water here to get more saturation, get the right kind of fade to it, and then I could paint over some of the green as well. Adding some contrast to that tree on the right and little details here and there, poking around, making sure I'm getting that nice blend of highs and lows in the colors. Here's a zoom in. I think that those hills are really interesting to look at. I think that tree holds your attention pretty well. Here's a before and after. I think that it looks better how I have it. I think that I made some pretty good changes. What do you think? Does it look better now?